this morning after everything that happened last night?
I'm feeling satisfied. Probably the word that I'd use. There's a sense of relief as well. It's been a long campaign. We have played 16 games of high intensity cricket in a pretty short space of time. We've had a lot of flights across, back and forth across the country, and at the end of the day, from 12 months ago, our eyes have been set on this trophy and this medal, and to be able to put in place a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, and then be able to execute our skills under pressure and get the outcome that we've desired. It's a satisfying feeling.
Looking at one of your teammates' celebrations clearly went well into the night. How was the night with the team and the whole group last night?
Yeah, I've been really fortunate that I've been a part of a few championships now, and I guess at the end of our career, I think the moments and the games that we're going to reflect on most fondly are the trophies that we're able to hold, and the special memories that we create with our friends, with our families, all the staff. That time spent together in the change room is a really special moment, and we enjoyed the celebrations. We've worked hard for a long time, and to be able to let our hair down and celebrate with each other was a really nice feeling.
What did it mean to do it in front of almost 54,000 fans?
Yeah, we know in Perth that we're so well supported, and the love and we've felt from the fans over the last couple of years has been overwhelming. But we also know that the public here in Perth have been starved of professional cricket. They've every opportunity they've turned out in great numbers, but they haven't been able to go to see much live cricket over the last few years. So for us to be able to play an uninterrupted home and away season in Perth, and then to top it off with 2 home finals, it almost felt like we were giving back to the fans who had supported us through thick and thin. They'd supported us from afar as we were playing on the East Coast last year, and to be able to see 53,000 people wearing orange last night, I don't think anyone had left the ground until well after the game. We'll be forever thankful for that support, and it really has been overwhelming.
I know you're proud of the whole team, but can you tell us how proud you are of the 19-year-old who did what he did last night?
Yeah, it's pretty special for anyone to stand up in a moment like that and drag their team over the line. But I've said this before, we pride ourselves on being a really difficult side to get into, and if you look at some of the guys who weren't selected for our playing 11, there's some good players. So that means that the players we're picking in our 11, we have a lot of confidence that they're good players. And I guess behind the scenes, we've seen guys like Cooper and Nick Hobson, we've seen how well they're playing. We know they're good players, and there's a reason that we picked them for specific roles in our side. And for them to be starved of opportunity throughout the campaign, on the back of our top order, doing some good work and getting the job done, for them to stand up, having not spent a lot of time in the middle, and deliver in the biggest game of the competition, at the biggest moment. Look, I think if we reflect now, we really can say that everyone in all playing 11 and beyond that have at different stages throughout the tournament have stood up and won us games, and it really has been a complete squad performance.
19-year-old in Cooper and Nick is an accountant taking time off work to play. How much does that sum up the Scorchers as a franchise, as a group?
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Everyone on our team has their own journey and has their own story. You could, write a double-page spread on anyone in our team, and to be able to bring all of those unique stories together, to be able to get us working in one direction, trying to achieve a common goal, and to be successful in achieving that. It's a satisfying feeling, and this is a moment in our careers, in our lives, that we're going to sit back and in the future we'll reflect on these days and this campaign really fondly.
Do you have half an eye on a potential hat-trick of titles, Ash? Obviously it sounds like most of the squad is going to stay again for next year.
Yeah, no, I think we've done an amazing job at re-signing all of our players, most of our players. It's something that it's been a focal point for us, continuity of our squad. I think that the least turnover, the better. And I said last night, we're all competitive. Whether we're playing tiddlywinks in the backyard or we're playing for the Perth Scorchers, we're competitive. And having walked off the ground last year with a successful campaign with a trophy under our belt, pretty quickly our focus shifted to what would be BBL 12 and how we can keep continuing to learn, improve, evolve our game and get better. And it's no different this year. We know that in 10 months' time, when BBL 13 turns around, we'll be well planned, well prepared, and we'll be excited for the competition. We know that a lot of teams are going to spend a lot of time thinking about how they can knock us off, and that's okay. We felt like we're in the same boat this year, but it's up to us to keep learning, evolving, improve, find ways to get better. And as professional athletes, that comes pretty naturally to us.
I know you're cool, calm and collected, but can you tell us what your mindset was when the run out?
Yeah, no one likes getting out. That being said, whilst I wanted to be the person there at the end to get the job done, I think that's a feeling that everyone in our squad has. We talk often about not leaving it up to anyone else, taking responsibility. If you're the one out in the middle with bat and ball in the field, it's your turn to get the job done. And unfortunately, it wasn't the case for me to see us home, but I have a lot of confidence in the other guys. We saw how good of players they are. We've seen that behind the scenes. We still had batting to come after Nick and Cooper, and in finals, pressure's a funny thing. Like, amazing things can happen. Our batters are under pressure, but their bowlers are under as much pressure. Their fielders are under pressure. We saw that when the big lights come on in big games. Nerves and pressure can do funny things, and fortunately, we were able to come up trumps.
You played in front of some pretty crazy crowds. You played in India in one day, and you got the job done there as well. Last night was probably something we've never seen at Optus Stadium in terms of the noise and the atmosphere. How did that compare to playing in somewhere like in India where the fans are going crazy as well? It was pretty amazing.
Well, it's nice to have a loud, packed crowd cheering for us, not against us, as often is the case when the travelling touring sides overseas. But you're right. I think back to the first game we played at the stadium, semi-final, where we didn't play our best cricket, but I've always thought back to that game and the atmosphere, and to be able to sort of replicate the numbers, but put a performance in a bigger game, and to be able to put on a show. Like, what a great advertisement for the Big Bash and for cricket here in Australia. I think last night was as good a product as we can put on, and to reward the fans for coming out. I haven't seen the numbers, but I'm sure the broadcast numbers were amazing as well. I think that a lot of people in Perth went home with a smile on their face last night.
Have you given up on higher honours, Ash? You've put together a pretty amazing tournament and a couple of big finals and that as well. Are you hoping that sort of puts your name back in the spotlight for Australian T20 selection?
I think that everyone who plays professional cricket is ambitious and wants to play at the best level they can, and I'm no different. I'm like everyone else playing in the Big Bash. We want to be scoring as many runs, taking as many wickets, winning as many trophies as we can, and if opportunities arise from that, in whatever format, wherever in the world it is, then we'll jump at those chances. And I guess I'm no different, but there's no point looking beyond the present moment, and I'm trying to win games for the Perth Scorchers every time I get a chance, and fortunately we've been able to do that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
No.
Is that getting a little heavy, that trophy, Cooper?
Yeah, just a little bit. It's nice. Yeah, very nice.
Good to tell us your feelings this morning. What was the celebration like? Tell us how the night went.
Yeah, I think I'm still lost for words. I think it hasn't really sunk in yet, so hopefully over the next couple of hours it sinks in. It's just such an honour to do it with such a good bunch of people. Like, they've all supported me through the whole year, so I just love them for who they are and what they've done for me.
How much have you watched it back so far, the last kind of few overs and the sixes and the whole moment? I'm sure you the boys watched it a few times.
I don't know about the other boys, but I watched it a couple of times just to watch it again and sort of just get in the moment again. But yeah, it's a dream come true, and I've always dreamt of hitting the winning runs or being a part of a partnership that wins the game. So yeah, I'm just so happy I was out there.
You detailed a bit last night, a few chats
I actually said to him after he hit that low full toss for 6, I said to him, he was so pumped, and I said, calm down, we still need to get there. But he was over the moon. He was punching my glove, felt like he was going to run straight through me, but the conversations were pretty simple, like just keep a solid base. If the ball's there, hit it for 6. If not, hit it hard along the ground and just play good cricket shots.
You kind of said last night you were thinking about the process and you weren't too nervous out there, but the morning after, can you tell us how nervous you were when you were walking past the skipper going out knowing you had to finish the job, and if you got out it was going to be pretty hard?
Yeah, I'll say it now, I was very nervous. Walking past him, he's the finisher, he's well known for it, so walked past him, I was like, oh, I'm a little bit nervous here, but I guess I walked out there and first thing I said to Hubbo, I said, let's do this, let's get it done. This is our opportunity to show the world what we're made of, and happen enough that we did it.
And just, I guess, the crowd for you, like you've never played in front of anything close to that. It might be a while since you do it again, because it's pretty rare. What was it like with 53,500 screaming fans out there screaming your name as well at the end?
Yeah, it's a fortress. You feel so safe, like they're always behind you. You feel so confident in yourself. You feel like you can achieve anything. Anything's possible, and we saw that last night. We're in a little bit of trouble, but I guess the crowd got behind us when we started going, and momentum's a funny thing, and momentum got us over the line last night.
Did it feel a bit weird at the end when they're all kind of chanting you and you're one of the heroes in the game, and kind of coming in, you faced something 11 balls kind of heading into that?
Yeah, it was strange. I would have thought they would have started chanting AT, man of the match, skipper, let us all year, but yeah, I guess it's just nice to be a part of a winning team.
And is there a bigger fan out there in the 53,500 than maybe AJ Tye, who's got a little bit creative with his hairdo?
Yeah, his hairdo is not something I'm proud of for him, but I guess it's what you do when you win. You do silly things, so I don't know. I'm just happy that I could do it with him. We've had so many past memories. We've grown up together. Well, he's sort of brought me up as a young kid, and he sort of played cricket with my dad, so I'm just glad I could win something with him.
Like having a side like that, a team like that. AJ is obviously one of your mentors, AT, what's it like being part of it?
Yeah, I guess such a strong team, so I think the best thing I can do is learn as much as possible, and that's what I've done over the past year and a bit. They've sort of been so good to me. Like, the team has so much experience. Every player has had some experience at the top level, and like I just feel like that is so good for a 19-year-old coming in to a team that has performed, has won a few big bashes now, and I guess the most I can do is just take as much as I can and just enjoy the experience.
That photo of you as an 11-year-old next to AJ after a Scorchers game's been doing the rounds a bit since the win. Is it a bit surreal that you've won a title with him?
Yeah, I've always, over the last sort of year and a bit, I've sort of dreamt to win or play a game with AJ Tye, and I guess it was just so nice to do it in a grand final, to actually get a medal around our neck, and we can celebrate and enjoy this and have so many good memories from this day and just enjoy the moment.
Now, you had a convo with Mitch Marsh pre-game. He sounded like you were pretty confident pre-game that you might be able to score the winning runs or something along those lines. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, I guess you always, going into the game, you always dream of hitting the winning runs, and that was always in the back of my mind. It's something I wanted to do, or take the winning catch or something. I just wanted to feel like I was in the moment and just enjoy the experience at 19. So I just feel like, yeah, I guess it was a great opportunity to go out there and just be a part of something great.
And the good news keeps rolling for yourself, a 2-year extension at the Scorchers. How excited are you for that, and obviously hoping to build an even bigger dynasty here?
Yeah, super excited. Can't wait to get started again. It's just, I'm so glad to be with this bunch of people again, and they just support me so much through the year, and I just enjoy every bit of it.
How did you feel when you skied that one late and Josh Brown's coming underneath it, and I guess your heart would have been in your mouth a bit?
Yeah, I wasn't watching the ball too much. I was just trying to run too, and then I looked, and happy enough he went fingers up and spilt it, and I just kept running, and I guess there wasn't much going through my mind, but I was just like, oh, I'm still out here. This is good fun. Just keep going. But yeah, not much was going through my mind.
How did your family celebrate? So usually your dad and his fans. How did you celebrate with them?
They came down the bottom for a little bit, and then they decided to head home. Both the early wakers, so they decided to get home, go to bed, and then had a nice little chat with them this morning, just sort of living everything up again and just enjoying the moment, and yeah, having a good chat to them about it.
Did they get emotional at all?
Yeah, well, I'm hearing rumours that they both got very emotional, which brings a little bit of a tear to my eye, but they're so supportive to me, and I just appreciate everything they do for me.
And what is it you're focusing on for the next little bit? What is it Shield? Do you want to break into that kind of area? What's your main focus moving forward for your career?
I think at the moment it's just sort of see what I can do, perform in grade cricket and just enjoy it at the most, and then I guess maybe play some 50 over cricket. But I guess again we are a strong team, so it's tough to break into, but once I get that opportunity, just make the most of it.